Welcome to another episode of Ask Me Anything. Today I will be answering questions that you have submitted around your board. The process of hiring a board director is pretty straightforward, and there are a couple of different parts at which you could start the process of. You could start by forming a nominations committee, or you can start with the board evaluation. Either way, it's about what works best for you as an organisation. The nominations committee is all about who's going to be on the panel, who's going to lead the interviews, what the process is going to look like. The board evaluation is about understanding the skills gaps of the board currently and the competencies that you have. It's then about creating a candidate brief which matches that. You know, what are the skills, what are the competencies that you require, what market intelligence would you like to bring into the organisation. So you create that candidate pack and then you go to market. So the process once you've gone to market is, you know, research the marketplace, understand who you want to hire, do the assessment, do the interviews, make them an offer, negotiate, and, you know, ultimately make a hire and get the board director on board. There are various different aspects to this question, and I guess it depends on where you are in your growth as an organisation. The obvious one is when it isn't working. You know, things might not necessarily be going well, growth might be an issue, you might need to turn the organisation around, it might be that you want to transition the organisation from one stage in its development to the next. But when it isn't working, that's obviously a good place to start. If you're a larger organisation, you probably have quite stringent terms of office, whether they be 2-year terms, 3-year terms, or 4-year terms. You pretty much know when those terms of office are coming to an end, so you should build your succession plan around that with a view to make sure that you get really strong, diverse talent into the organisation. There may be a change in strategy. The CEO, the chair, the board have come to a conclusion that, you know, you want to change direction. This is often a good time to look at the board and say, do we have the skills that we need for the future? Do we need to refresh? Who do we need to bring in? If you're a smaller company where you're looking to grow, you may need to raise capital, at which point it would be really useful to have board members who have worked with VCs or private equity firms in the past, who understand the pressures that comes with working with a VC or a PE firm, and therefore can help and guide the entrepreneur and the growth organisation, whilst at the same time managing the expectations of the VC and the private equity firm. It's really difficult to say how to improve an individual board of directors without knowing more about the business. However, there is a process that you can go through to ensure that you know where you are as a board, and that's called board evaluation. And by doing this, you'll get to understand your skills, your competencies, and also the gaps that exist within your board. Then you can work on leadership development. So putting a personal development plan together for each of the board members, helping them along the way, and making sure that they become the best directors that they can be. Another way of looking at this is the overall succession plan. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And how do you get there? And that's a big thing for organisations. And another point here is diversity inclusion. How diverse is your board? If you are an organisation where all your customers come from diverse backgrounds, it's really important that the board reflects the nature of both your customer base and your employee base. Diversity and inclusion is really important because any board needs to represent its customer base, its employee base, and its shareholder base. Therefore, it's really important that organisations get this right. However, so many are getting it wrong. Research from DiversityQ suggests that in the UK, 62% of board directors are white males. 28% are white females, just 6% are BAME males, and finally just 4% are BAME females. So there's a long way to go here in terms of addressing board diversity. McKinsey's research shows that companies in the top quartile for gender diversity on executive teams are 25% more likely to have above average profitability than companies in the fourth quartile. Therefore, it's absolutely imperative that you get diversity at the board level right. Thank you for watching today's episode. As always, if you have any questions that you want us to answer, please feel free to contact me via the contact form on our website, via LinkedIn, or via Twitter.